Hello everyone, my name is Paul Hughes, and what I'm about to say is all entirely personal opinions and so forth. It's not on a fun subject, sadly, but just like with the Brexit stuff and everything else, especially with what's happened recently, I just felt compelled to do a little video just to ring out some of the thoughts and meh that I've currently been doing. I'm just behind the Houses of Parliament, that lovely little building there, and in a matter of days we're going to get a new useless bunch of bastards in there. Yay, for all the difference it makes. But I just want to bring up some things which I have found incredibly disturbing. Obviously, I'm recording this on the back of the attack that took place here in good old London town, along London Bridge, which is just down the road, actually. At the moment, they're saying 7 people died and many more critically injured, and obviously that's going to be an ongoing thing. They've been arresting people in Barking and what have you, but I suppose I feel in myself just pissed off. We've reached this point where, I don't know, what it really stems from is more the reaction from the political class in this country. Theresa May came out this morning and apparently said that in order to better protect ourselves, we need to monitor the internet more. Why? Why? You already got that bloody act passed through where everyone's fucking monitored for a year. What difference is it going to make? Is it really going to stop a guy driving a fucking van into people and then going and wandering off and stabbing people? No. And besides, the real thing about this is that she's been there for the past 6-7 years. Some years as Home Secretary, and now as fucking Prime Minister. Really? Really? Apparently enough is enough now? Just what does it take then? Would this have been perfectly fine if it was still happening elsewhere? I mean, apparently enough is enough wasn't enough when Manchester got hit. Just what is the sense? And then the only thing I got from her speech was that it was just all politicised on the back of people dying. And people, the emergency services doing what is frankly a fucking amazing job. In difficult circumstances, people lost their lives again, and many more got injured, but everyone, and remarkably, throughout everything else, people have been just going, and just carrying on, and it's remarkable, actually. But then, you see this shit coming from the likes of May, stood outside number 10. And then you've got that orange fuck clump in the US, who allegedly is the President of the United States, Donald Trump, trying to just press ahead with his own agenda. And you know what? He's a useless sack of shit. And I'm being polite there, believe it or not. Everyone wants to use this point to, it seems to start pushing their own shit, and I think it is literally now only because of the election being in a few days. And you know what? People are saying that we're not safe, if a Labour government gets in and all the rest of it. What about fucking now? These useless assholes aren't exactly being, the pillars of virtue and justice and safety. Far from it. It's on their watch. So how do they have The fucking cheek! And I know. I'm coming from a point of I don't know all the facts and things like that. It's based on what I've seen on the television, reacted to in various amounts of online media, and obviously the social media thing. I've just been doing fucking shitloads, you know. I have to be honest, I haven't been this politically engaged ever. I mean, leading up to Brexit, that was one thing where I actually took it upon myself to record it before and after a couple of videos just to air out my views. But now I have to get something on the record. You know, if these useless bastards get back in on Thursday with a majority, that means they can't be held to account. I'm not even sure how good they're gonna be. After that, they seem to want to save all the money and all the rest of it, and then what? What's the problem? Why aren't they doing more for safety and all the rest of it if they actually give a shit about all that stuff? Just the feedback from the political class today, not all of it seems, a few of them actually have tried to, you know, be above it all. I'm not, clearly, because I'm stood here recording this, and say they'll carry on as a mark of respect to the people who have, you know, been hurt by this tragedy and all the rest. But after Sunday morning's little speech by May outside Number 10, you know, just if that useless pile of, you know, I tell you what, if that fucking Playmation, you know, model that looks like she's come out of Wallace and Gromit, Theresa May, gets back in with a huge majority, then all bets are off. Because we do need an alternative now, or failing that, we need to hold these fuckers up to account, because as it stands right now, who is? I mean, aside from the ex-police guy that was on Sky News, basically directly saying the government was lying afterwards. It's remarkable how much the narratives have shifted, and in the next few days we're going to see exactly how much security and strong and stable and all the rest of that shit's going to come out. And then Thursday, the 8th of June, yep, we choose the fuck clumps that are going to take us not only through the stupid Brexit bollocks, which from last year has been nothing but lies, and yet, no, it's perfectly fine, and trying to also do a domestic agenda at the same time, plus also it's a huge clusterfuck what is coming our way. It just now is a degree of how bad is it going to be. Personally, given what I've seen, what I've digested in terms of media and so forth, I am going to be voting Labour on Thursday. My local MP, Andy Slaughter, has actually been doing a pretty reasonable job. He's still been trying to fight for the hospital to not be closed, and he represented our views on the Brexit thing, and also the Article 50, and his little campaign about, you know, those silly little whirlpool dryers that managed to ignite and burn down some flats in Shepherd's Bush. You know, silly little things like that. They kind of matter. But the thing is, obviously, that's based on what he's doing in the constituency, and potentially has no bearing on the national stage. I mean, we're not in a presidential election, and yet this whole thing has been run like one. People say, oh, I can't get behind her, she's shite. Oh, I can't get behind him, he's even more shite. And, you know, he wants to give Quiche a chance, old Corbyn. But then what's the alternative? For all the expressions of meh and everything else that people are saying, oh, this is awful, what's the alternative? Just not bothering and then letting those cunts that take our tax money away from us and get away with it? No. Absolutely not. And the thing is, I hope I'm wrong. I hope stuff actually does get better, and we feel a lot better about things. But right now, I have to err on the side of we can't trust these fuckers that are in power now. And that's it. Plain and simple. And that's it. Hello. Hello. Say what you like, at least people are still wandering around and doing silly things. I do like that. But campers, all I can say is Thursday, do actually get out and vote. Whatever your conscience and everything else, just weigh up all the pros and cons of the policies, even if you know that at least 50% of it's going to be bullshit. All parties, they've all got a wish list as long as your arm, and you know that most of it's going to be horseshit, but there'll be the odd bits here and there that isn't. And it is a sense of ideology. It shouldn't be about personalities and all the rest of it, but you know what? With all those silly things that they've been doing about tactical voting and all the rest of it, I, in my own small-minded way, just have to say this. Anyone's got to be better than the fuckers we're stuck with right now. And especially that useless git Boris de Pfeffel Johnson. And the way he's been carrying on. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Because you know what? I don't think I would ever see Jeremy Corbyn somehow holding Donald Trump's hand. Do you? Yeah. I don't think so. I want nothing to do with that useless... Yeah. Goose faba. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinions, campers. That's it. As I said, go out Thursday, vote, and hopefully Friday we wake up to a little bit of hope.